Tory Wet Tim Montgomerie has been suspended from Reform UK today. It appears that he was the mole that has been briefing against Zia Yusuf to the national press. He's been on the Daily Tea with Camilla Tominey and Tim Stanley, putting Reform UK, their leadership, on blast, specifically Farage, saying that Farage doesn't meet with his MPs, he has no chief of staff, and he has a woman problem. So this is the mole. Now, I personally think there's more than one mole. It's not just Tim Montgomerie. It could be any of the Tories that have come over to Reform UK and defected. Me personally, I fell out of love with Reform UK when they brought these Tories over. And there is a war for the soul and where the future of the party is going based on the briefings from Zia Yusuf and Graham Tyrwell and the other people, such as the Tory Wets. I'll give you an example. This is what Zia Yusuf put out earlier on today. Have you noticed people with the right honourable in their titles are the most dishonourable people in the country? Completely agree. It's a shame that you brought a lot of them over from the Tory party over to Reform UK. And just look at the list. Reform politicians Robert Jenrick oversaw the Afghans coming over. Then we've got Suella Braverman, Jake Berry, Tory Wet, Nadine Dorries, author of the Online Safety Bill, David Jones, and Nadeem Lockdown Zahawi, to name but a few. And this is the issue. This is the major issue. There is a major split in Reform UK, where there should be no split at all. As a insurgent right-wing party, or at least a right-of-centre party, you should be all singing from the same hymn sheet. And this is the disconnect between the grassroots and the higher-ups. The Reform UK brand can reach parts of Britain that the Tory brand can't. Nigel Farage seems to have resigned himself to not winning a majority completely on his own and needing the help from a second party, whether that's Restore or Reform. And this is the issue. If you stuck to first principles of being an insurgent party, then there would be no need for any breakaway parties. You wouldn't be getting all uppity with people who are more right-leaning than you, such as Rupert Lowe, basically ostracising him and treating him like a demon because he's more right of centre than you. None of this would be an issue, and this is the issue that Zia Yusuf is currently facing. Basically, it looks like some people in Reform UK are trying to Rupert Lowe him a year later. So there is a sense of irony here. I'm not a fan of Zia Yusuf. I've always thought it was a bit iffy that you can buy your way into a political party with 200k, which you can't even get a decent house for in Britain nowadays, and yet you're buying your way into an insurgent right-leaning party on that paltry amount. It seemed off, it seemed iffy from the get-go. Now, what are your thoughts on this regarding this civil war? Tim Montgomerie said that he is going to fight his suspension. He's of the view that Nigel Farage is going to reinstate him into the party. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because when you look at what he's been saying publicly today, this is far, far, far more egregious than anything that Rupert Lowe put out last year. And he was reported to the police. He had his guns taken off him, and he was allegedly at least questioned for assaulting somebody half his age, all of which turned out to be false. This is all about the Wets in Reform UK that should never have been brought in, wanting to make sure that if there is a coalition after the next general election, it's going to be between Reform UK and the Tories. Me personally, I think that is for the birds. The Tories are only powerful now in the southeast. Nowhere else wants anything to do with them, and rightly so. Reform UK have a lot of ground to make up. They need to make nice and they need to placate their grassroots, in my opinion. Out of the two, the Tory Wets or Zia Yusuf, the grassroots clearly support Zia Yusuf over the Tory Wets like Tim Montgomerie. Whether you where do you land on this particular question? Many of my viewers aren't Reform UK voters, although they were previously. Many of my viewers are now Restore members. Now, from a Restore point of view, if Reform UK implode, it's brilliant for Restore Britain. Pragmatically, for the right of centre discourse, right leaning discourse in Britain, that could gift the next Parliament to another Labour government. I want all opinions are valid. Do you think Reform have made a rod for their own back and they deserve everything that's coming to them and more, and they are going to implode? Do you think Tim Montgomerie is going to worm his way back into the party? Is there going to be a purge of the Tory wets? Or is this your lot with Reform UK? This is the best that we can do with Reform UK. Are you jumping ship to Restore? Comment, like, and subscribe. Me personally, Tim Montgomerie, he's not the only rat in Reform. There's more than one. There's more than enough Tories to go around, and I think he's just the fall guy. There's more. There's more people briefing against Reform UK, not just him. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do all of that great stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. You have a good day.